Frank Turner, Director of Wichita Tigers, also the operator of the Jordan A Classic.
Yes.
Okay. Just a few questions I would like to ask you here. First off, could you just tell me a little bit about Jordan Turner, the young man?
Jordan Turner, the young man, he was very charismatic. He was funny. I mean, he was the ultimate prankster. He just loved to laugh. I mean, seriousness wasn't a part of his livelihood. He just was a jokester. That's what he loved to do. He loved to play Xbox Live. He was into computers. Those were, he was what I call a new millennium guy. That's what he was. True and true. So.
Okay. So, what brought you to the Jordan Turner tournament?
I had been approached a couple years prior about probably getting together with some guys, putting together an event. But at that point in time, I was just into coaching all the time. And then after his death, Mark Johnson and Mylan Darby. Mark Johnson, director and coach of the Wichita Bears, and Mylan Darby was director and coach of Team Impact Athletics out of Oklahoma City. And they were down there just battling. They were battling, went to double overtime. And Mylan, after the game, consummate winner, consummate loser. He has no problem with winning or losing. He loves to win, but he has no problem with it. I'm talking about sportsmanship to the tier. He was like, man, we'll come to Wichita. You put something on, and we'll come up there. I want to bring my teams. So Mark approached me about it, and so at the time we were raising money to go to Tennessee. So I was like, you know what, this would be something to step in the right direction to see how it plays out. So went to talk to the city. They were all for it, and we got Grove for that Sunday. And we just put it together for a Sunday, and basically we had 14 games set up, and it was, we took the top teams out of Wichita up to that age group and put the top teams against them. And, other than a few teams, Wichita got showed how to play football that day. So, it was a good event. It was a great event. And then I really didn't think no more about it. And then the next year, I think like preceding that summer down there at the Clash, we had went down there. And they brought it up to me again. It's like, man, such and such coming this year, we're just gonna make it bigger. So the next year we went to like 50-some games. And so then last year I just said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's my 8th grade year. But the event just took off, man. Just bigger. Coaches called me, we're coming. I wanna bring my teams down, and we wanna compete. So I think the magic of the tournament has been, I don't make teams from Wichita play each other unless they request it. I don't make out of town teams play each other unless they request it. So when they get here, they get an opportunity to play squads that they don't play. Yeah. So I think that's been the magic of the tournament. I think what really turned it around was the night games. Last year was an emphasis on the best teams playing under the lights, and we just had an unbelievable turnout. It was just really unbelievable. Some of the best coaches in the Midwest. We had a couple Rocky Top national champ winners here. We had teams that had won the Center Classic, had won all the major tournaments around the country. So they were all here that night, and it was just an amazing event. So I think that was a tipping point.
Okay. So from where you've come with this tournament and where you are now, what is your vision from now and going further into the future with this tournament?
Keep connecting the states. Everything off the I-35, just keep connecting it. That's the goal. The goal is to, give these coaches the opportunity with these dynamic teams to showcase their talent, to showcase their coaching ability. There is a difference between elite coaching in secondary coaching. A lot of these guys are secondary coaching. They're only winning because they have talent. They're not winning because they have to go into a game plan, they have to scheme, they have to teach their players the fundamentals. They're getting away with things because they're just better. When you start playing at the elite level, everybody's good. You know, those coaches, I think the thing when I went to Rocky Top, I'd never seen anything like this. And those guys set the stands from the first game to the last game at night. I mean, sat there with their clipboards and they're watching. So whatever you know, every game, going into every game was a tactical and a strategic nightmare because you had to pretty much pick, you know, what you could do. You know, you could run these 3 or 4 plays out of different sets because you knew the next game you weren't going to be able to run those plays. So do these guys have a temperament for that? You know, can they do it? I mean, I think they can. You know, I'm always, like I say, younger guys always have the energy. Because when I was younger, I had energy.
Well, appreciate
Hey, man, no
everything.
problem, man.
Let me
Appreciate
know.
you having me.